Good evening, maniacs and sane people, and welcome to Gustav Making Stuff, where this lost Halloween special will go in the sign of the Keeper Man, because he has a safe keep on his head. Which do raises a got a question of, what was his parents like? But enough about that, let's get going! So you see, it will be like 40 times 40 this side on the head there, and the other one will be 30 times 40 centimeters. So that will be the dimensions of this box head. It might be a little bit too big, but whatever. Do some very measurement. It's a very easy build, this, but it's very time consuming. So now this is the jigsaw part of the EVA foam mattresses, which usually get leftovers, but they are very good for making 90-degree angles, so you can glue together your sides here. So just put them over. That's why this is taking a little bit of a time, but it's not very hard. You see exactly what I mean. Now I am gluing the what it was supposed to be under the shin, so I cocked it up a bit and had to redo it. But you see, all the sides are now there, and it's a very nice little box there. And you can just try it on your head and see it's quite overly sized. But whatever, it's quite look. And you can also bang your head on the side, which it does in the game. Because Evil Within, it's quite a fun game. Anyway, so now we're going to do these little strips. It's 3 centimeters wide. And now we just have to, adjust the lengths to all of them strips here to glue them down. Which I have with a glue gun, because glue guns are fantastic. Now, to do the little angle thing there, we take the part of the angle, and then we are drawing on it, and then we are extending it that with 3 centimeters, and then make a nice looking line, and then do 2 of them, so we can place them on the side, like that. Fantastic, right? Amazing technique to use. So now, we have all the little side panels put down there. And now, we're going to make the safe part here. This is kind of a cone you put around poles, so you don't get water inside of the pipe they are putting down in. And that's a spray can lid. And now we're going to put on a soda, or is it a juice bottle cap there in plastic. They look quite the same, so that will work. And now I draw the line there so I know where they are. And now we're going to take this creme fraiche bottle and having a milk bottle on it to the lower safe part. There we go. Gluing that on. That is amazing indeed. I will not have it on Halloween, by the way. Now, this is just a little pipe here to make a comedically large hinge, because I did not have extra hinges that look like this. I had to do them like that. It's just a piece of foam there. And now we have put them there. Also, don't be sure that they are actually going to line up, because there are going to be bolts which are at least about 3 centimeters apart from each other, I think. Anyway, do your measurements and look at reference stuff. Now I'm just putting a flathead screwdriver straight through that, and then I put a paper clip so they will look like rivets. This takes a long time, because there is a lot of them, as you see. So one side I haven't really done there, because I ran out of bolts. So that was a shame, but I will return to this. Maybe I will do the whole costume sooner. Now, you see, I've done first a black spray paint coat and then a silver. And it actually started to rin a little bit, because I had too much of it, which was intentional, because it has to look like it has, time and the weather and leaking pipes and stuff like that has taken its tolls on this poor man which was born with a giant box on his head. I guess it's kind of a Monty Python movement for me when I see this guy, like, oh, you had a terrible childhood growing up with a box on your head, like that guy in Monty Python who has a tape recorder in his nose when he was born. Anyways, now we're painting it brown, and also doing a little bit of brown stains there on the side to be rust. And you see I have on the back there, I have now isolated this line, because we are going to do a little thing there Now we're having a bit of metal coloring on the sides to brush it, like that. Also a little bit of darker brown to make the rust more interesting. Be sure to have a lot of on the sides, but then again we are very much dry brushing. Now we are going to put black paint on this thing, which is completely unnecessary, but I'm going to do this anyway to make it look a little bit darker around the bolts and stuff like that, which is kind of look nice. So now you see we have it like that. Now you see I am doing a little bit of putting stains on this thing. That's why staining, you need things behind you because you will have spots everywhere later on. So now we are going to take the barbed wire. I do have barbed wire a lot around me where I live because I live on a farm. But this is looking like really old models of barbed wire. So I'm going to make them by hand with this rusty metallic string I have. So, you see, it's a little bit short there, but we are going to twist them together like that. They are a little bit tricky to handle, but don't worry about it. So it's going to be two over the safe, and also one that is going to cross over from the side. We see here I am twisting them around like that. It's actually easier when you have a lot shorter string there. And then you are just going to cut them, because this is actually how they was done by hand when they were invented in the beginning of its existence in like late 1800s, I think, if my history lesson isn't completely wrong. But then again, there we have the finished head, and I hope it was informative, and thank you for watching. Bye. Happy hoeing!